Hello and welcome back to MoA6 second semi-final between the only remaining cloud, Modri playing in blue as the Burmese in the first game, his opponent Slime in red as the Huns. And that's a really unlikely matchup because Burmese of course quite strong arena with a great Monk Rush, but Modri against the Huns went for a stable opening, which makes sense. And Slam surprisingly is not going for a stable opening but instead going Cav Archers. And I guess it's not a bad idea, because Cavalry Archers in Imperial Age against Burmese should be quite decent, and you can go, I don't know, Siege Rams maybe, Hussars, something like that, even Halberdiers if you need them. And looks interesting to me. Siege Workshop coming up forward, Slam got 3 of the relics, has more Cav Archers in production, still has a 2nd and 3rd TC even, look at this, main gold on the side here. So 3 TCs and aggression at the same time, 22 minutes in. We have Light Cav upgrade, no, Scout Cav, 1 Knight now for Slam, I guess he went for... Not yet, but is going for Bloodlines later on. Modri, 3 TCs, one in the middle of course is main TC. A few houses in the back, Market Blacksmith opening. No, that's the market that was just built, I guess. And we have Modri with 2 relics, with 1 relic only. Where's the last one? Don't see it. Did Slam get 4 relics in total now? I guess he's got 4 here. 3. Is there 1 relic missing? 1 on the right hand side. Okay, has not been picked up yet. We have Cav Archers and a Knight and a Spearman inside Modri space. Modri not looking too good here actually. Slam with that big military investment actually doing some damage. Those Cav Archers of course with +2. Manawang now starting to hit the walls. Let's see what Slam can do inside Modri space. Looks like he's just losing a lot of HP here to Scorpion to the TC. A Knight though able to take down a Scorpion, got converted by Modri, nice effort. We have now a Mangonel that is going to try and stop the wall from going down. It's not happening, and Slam actually winning that Mangonel fight. 1 Cav Archer got converted, another Monastery coming up, so Modri is saying I need to do something against the Cavalry Archers, and it's not going to be skirmishes because they're really bad for the Burmese. So Monks it is, and a few Spearmen. I guess Pikemen might be a good idea. We have several Mangonels on the way for Modri, or is that, no, actually more villagers. There was a Monk in that, and we have 3 Mangonels for Slam, few Cav Archers forward, 1 Monk even forward. That Spearman is not going to survive for too long, I guess. And that 1 Mangonel from Modri needs to be microed now against the 3 from Slam. Let's see if that is a modern for 1. That's actually decent for Slam, but Modri will be happy to get rid of any Mangonels that are here. Knight going down with the Mangonels as well. There's 3 Spearmen moving forward. Slam got a Monk in all of this. This is just crazy. And it's actually doing something. It's healing units. Now the Spearman actually taking care of this, and the last Mangonels fell. So only Cav Archers left. Then we have Modri low on food, quite low on gold, 1k wood in the bank. And for Slam, let's see resources. Let me switch over. A lot of gold in the bank, not so much food either, but it makes sense. You are going for the mini boom behind the big aggression. Let's actually switch to the statistics here. 100 villages for Modri, 80 for Slam, or 82 it was, and 2 more conversions for the Cav Archers, 1 Mangonel here. Modri actually able to defend this, and now the question is who can go up to Imperial Age faster and who can do the damage. Slam is close, look at this, he's got a lot of food in the bank now, and for Modri it's not so far away either, but he needs a little bit more gold. Guess he just sold some, or maybe he stopped some production that he had queued inside the Siege Workshop or Monastery. Rewalling is happening, makes sense. Modri just went on stone as well, and I guess he should stonewall behind this maybe. Slam is the first to click up to Imperial Age, is going for Bloodlines now, also Town Watch, which is a nice idea, and another Mangonel for him in that forward Siege Workshop. As for Modri, clicked up to Imperial Age. What's the plan now? He's got 3 monasteries, so we might see a big Monk play, also Town Watch on the way, and villager numbers still looking better for Modri. That's almost 20 villagers difference, so Modri actually with a good economy behind this. The question is, do you go for elephants here? Like, that's your strongest unit, really. Iron Buy, I don't think is a real option. Monks, okay, but in the long run, it could be difficult to do. And you don't really get the ranged units for the Burmese, I guess. So I guess some form of siege, possibly. Would love to see Onagers and helps for Modri here. Maybe that's happening. Siege Workshops coming up, Barracks coming up. So Modri is actually going that standard, that classic way. Could also see standard infantry. But Slam is faster, and he's moving forward with villagers. I'm expecting castle for him somewhere around here, maybe between those 2 stones, but he needs a little bit more. Maybe he's going to buy some stone. He's just waiting. He's got 11 villagers on stone, so he will be fine here. Barracks on the way, and both players, of course, doing some upgrades. That's an outpost only. A little bit sad about this, but Slam's still waiting. Now there is the castle, and Slam got a big group of Cav Archers. A few Mangonels here to try and go for these. Of course, now 70 HP, and also first defense upgrade. Slam up to Imp, does not have the castle yet. Let's see what he's going to do. Bracer on the way possibly, and also the second defense upgrade. We might see siege drums for him, we might see trebuchets once the castle is up here. As for Modri, it has only 300 stones, so no trebuchets for him. And Slam is going for chemistry as well. Of course, he doesn't get any bombard cannons, but still it's not a bad idea. Mining camp on that stone, and I think Slam will opt for the heavy cavalry upgrade quite soon. Should go for Thumbrig if he doesn't have it in Parthan Tactics first, but I would like to see this. And for Modri, do we see the Onager upgrade? It's possible, but it's not... Oh, yeah, no, there it is. There it is. We have the Onager upgrade on the way. We have Pikemen, we have Spin Production going. So it's going for the Pikemen where helps, and Siege help Onager actually. And Slam, let's see. Do we see the trebuchets for him? First one on the way. If Slam can get rid of that Siege Workshop that's doing the Onager upgrade, it's unlikely, but it's possible, then we might have a very good attacking position. Like this, Modri should be able to defend this. Only problem for Modri might be gold later on. Because he's got gold in the back, which is good for him. But for how long? Slam for now has the map control. Modri went with fortified wall actually, and Slam, do we see the heavy cavalry upgrade, or is it... No, it's light cav, right? Still a light cav upgrade, so he's adding in Hussars very soon and wants to add Hussars. There's the first trebuchet. That castle from Modri is going to be under a heavy attack very fast. But it looks like Slam is going for the siege workshop first. Onager upgrade done, and now it's getting interesting because once Modri is getting a good amount of pikemen or halberdiers, he should be in a very decent position. And Slam, not sure what he can do against this. What are you going to do effectively? Probably a lot of Hussars to try and snipe these Onagers. Then you have a decent chance. Cavalry is now moving in, but can Slam actually, could he see the castle? Is it in range of the trap? I guess it isn't. Siege workshop's going down. We have a few monks still there for Modri, but not even a +3. Is that on the way maybe? Halberdier first. Yeah, that's more important at this point in the game. And there's one more trap inside Slam's castle, but nothing else. Castle coming up on the right hand side. Modri just moving out to try and go for that extra gold. I guess he's not going to be there for too long. Actually, TC coming up here. Perfect timing for Slam. Not quite sure if he saw this or if it was lucky. More cavalry on the way. There's a lot of halberdiers now on the side. And on the left hand side, we have the castle going down to 3 trebuchets. So Modri losing the castle already. This is quite bad for him. This castle should not go up yet. TC might be up here. Yeah, no problem for Modri here. He's sending a lot of halberdiers. Of course, Burmese, nice helps for them. I think they get full upgrades. They have a bonus somewhat. I'm not sure. But the 3 trebuchets still alive. And what is Modri going to do on the left hand side here? He only got a few onagers, but the cavalry can be annoying. And those 3 trebuchets are still firing away. Looks like very good for Slam now. Slam will score lead, and that castle, even though that did get delayed, it's not cancelled or anything. Slam has the numbers advantage, I think. Yeah, 46 against 33 military units now. And the onagers not really doing a lot of damage at this point in the game. Village is going to build a lumber camp, probably running away from the cavalry. On the left hand side, only a few single units, and I think Modri should not have allowed the castle to go down. He is rescuing the relics that he has. Does he have 1 or 2? What was that? I'm not quite sure. Did he have 3 relics? How many does Slam have now? Slam has 4 relics, so he's only got 1, and that one he's trying to save did not happen. We have onagers still on the field, but Slam is using the trebuchets in the castle, and I think he's in a very nice position here. Looks like he's going to win Hans against Burmese. Interesting. Slam with a very good performance for now. Heavy cavalry not done yet. It's on the way, I think, or is that Hussar? No, it's Hussar first. He's not going heavy cavalry. I'm really surprised here. He's low on food, obviously, and it's costing a lot to go for Hussar upgrades, to go for the heavy cavalry upgrades and all the other upgrades that he can go for. A 3rd castle on the way, and that's a DracKeN. Funny to see. Maybe he wants to pretend that he's going for many DracKENs. I don't know. We have Hussars moving in to try and snipe some onagers. There's at least one going down. Hussars falling here. Onagers surviving, barely. And the cavalry still mobile, still good for Slam. 3 trebuchets still standing exactly at the same space, and they are just hitting units, buildings, whatever it is within their range. We have siege workshops not coming up. I'm expecting to see Ramsden for Slam, because I don't think we're going to see anyone else here. Chemistry on the way for Modri. He's trying to move in with the halberdiers, but the numbers just... well, not even so much better for Slam, but it looks better for him. Now the onagers and halberdiers moving forward. The problem is Modri doesn't have a way to go for the castle yet, and he needs something. I guess chemistry to go for bombard cannons possibly, but as long as he doesn't have a castle, and as long as he doesn't have trebuchets or bombard cannons, Slam has pure map control, and that is going to win him the game if Modri cannot find a way to get rid of the castles. So for now, Modri is trying to go for more siege workshops. He's got a good amount of onagers here. He is actually queuing 3 more onagers in 1 siege workshop, a little bit of a mistake. Slam finally going for heavy plow, because why not? Cavalry just trying to move in, but it's too dangerous at this point. I think he needs more Hussars before he can really move in and do some damage. On the right hand side, those two castles and our two trebuchets can do damage actually, and we do see a lot of lumberjacks here for Modri. That's potential for Slam to go for some raiding even with the cav archers. But the game goes on and Modri is not giving up yet, because why would he? He's got a decent amount of army, a good amount of economy, and he has the halberdiers and the archers, so it's not going to be easy for Slam to conquer this. Then again, Slam with the trebuchets can do so much damage here, and he's got 5 of these, 6 of these actually, and 6 trebuchets hitting buildings, hitting even archers maybe, they can do a lot of damage. We have Tarkin production now going, so actually Slam is saying, hey, let me go for Tarkins, let me go for some other unit, and he's going for the unique unit for the Huns. I'm not quite sure if it's the best unit he could make, but it doesn't really hurt, and I guess they could and can do some damage. 3+4 pierce armor means there's not going to be too much damage with the TC fire. And Tarkins also, how much is that even without the elite? 120 HP. That's decentish, I guess. I think the elite has 170, is that possible? Now Modri is saying, okay, I need to do something. I'm moving out with the halberdiers to try and get rid of the trebuchets. They're just too annoying. The Honor is trying to fire the heavy cav archers. Of course, upgrade is done now. Bombard cannons on the way, but I think Modri maybe went a little bit too early. He needed 2 or 3 bombard cannons behind this to try and get rid of the castle. And Modri, 169 gold, 11 food. That's pretty much nothing. 113 villagers, but he doesn't have a lot of space here. Going for a very interesting lumber camp. That one could belong to Terra actually. And we have the heavy cav archers able to snipe most of these halberdiers. Modri's army number going down significantly. 18 military units only. I think if Slam had a few more hussars or Tarkins, he could just go in, destroy those onagers, and then just raid Modri's economy forever. Heavy cav archers, of course, perfect for that. Now the gate went down and Modri has to retreat even more to the back of his base. We have villagers from Modri running away. We have Tarkins without attack upgrades. Guess Modri Slam is not paying too much attention to this. Doesn't really need it, I guess. He's sending hussars into the castle, not quite sure why. Of course, it doesn't really hurt. And those onagers, that's the only problem for Slam right now. And once he's got enough hussars, onagers will go down, heavy cav archers will follow up, and the bombard cannons are not really doing anything here. So onagers is the only thing that is saving Modri for now, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to save him for too long. Slam had the map control for too long, had 4 relics against 0 for too long, and Modri is realizing, okay, I'm not going to pull a dark nope here. It doesn't really make sense, even though I'm still 135 population, but I'm too close to the defeat. And Slam taking the first game, Hans against Burmese. Game 2, Slam with Khmer, has 500 food in the bank almost, went for Bosa and Heavy Plow even, did skip a mining camp, just went with 2 villagers to get the gold in, and went up 25 population I think, has the 3 TCs up and running, good economy upgrades. He's going for the pure eco push, is not going for a stable this time, not going for a monastery yet. Modri with the Byzantines, 3 TCs up and running I imagine, yes, 1 here far in the back, 1 between that gold and stone, I like this position. Also Market Blacksmith, so we don't have a scout fight actually, a really nice development, or no, let's say early Castle Age fight, because Slam of course in the last game went for cav archers, but now we have 1 scout for each player. Slam now doing an archer range. Is he going for cav archers again? No, it's going to be archers, standard archers, into potentially crossbowmen later on arbalest. Of course Slam with the Khmer should have the better economy for now, meaning more villagers. He's got 6 more at this point in the game. And Byzantines can go up to pillage faster, but Modri is saying, I'm going to lose the fact that I don't need so many resources to click up, and go for 4 TCs. Byzantines with strong economy makes sense here. Of course, cheap trash units, and you can go for many of these. And I'm really curious to see what Slam is going to do. Probably, yeah, fast imp. Really fast imp here. A 3 TC mini boom, and he's clicked up at around 22 minutes and something. So we're going to see Arbalest really early on. Also, Rams, potentially capped Rams very soon. And Slam with a really nice strategy in my opinion here. Now he needs to make it work, and that's going to be the toughest thing. Transitioning into Imperial Age, and then make sure that your push is actually working, because Modri, you can see it here, also clicked up to Imperial Age, both going up really early on. Modri going with the castle on the left hand side. He should be able to finish this before the crossbow moving forward. Slam going with his own castle, and he's realizing, okay, that's maybe not the best idea. Looks my opponent might be up to. And there we have it. We have capped rams knocking on the walls. We have 1 siege workshop behind this. Second castle coming up. What is Modri going to do? Not quite sure what the plan is. He's got archer ranges, so possibly, yeah, elite skirmishes on the way. It makes sense. You can open elite skirmishes against Arbalest easily. I would like to see a Mangonel here, but it looks like Modri is just going to allow Slam to move in. With the 2 castles, he should be quite safe at this point. Slam has finished his castle, is probably going for trebuchets, or wants to go for those. Arbalest upgrade done, and bracer done, very important. That's the main upgrades you need to get. He's going for a stable now as well. Village numbers 104 against 99. Modri ahead. Of course, he had 4 TCs. And then we have the cap rams going in and attacking that TC. It's going up really fast. Looks like Modri is not bothering to repair that TC. Instead, he's allowing the cap rams to do the damage. That Siege Workshop also going down. Modri is saying, you're not going to go past my castles, and I can afford to lose a little bit of this. I want to go for my own units. I want to go and counter you. And let's see if he's going here. Finally, Mangonel coming up. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. He should have gone for Mangonel at least to make sure the cap rams can just take that TC down for free, really. And that's 375 resources, 100 of which is stone, just going down the drain. And it looks like that Monastery with the 5 relics that Modri obviously got is also falling quite fast. He's only got elite skirmishers, which means no damage, almost no damage on those cap rams. A few villages now coming in, but that Monastery is falling. 5 verdicts free to take. Of course, more freely for Modri. He's going with the Monastery next to it. I don't like this. I think he should have gone with the Monastery to the back here and even take the time to micro his units. Now that last Capram is attacking the castle. Of course, this one is not going down. The Capram will fall very fast. Modri now with the lead skirmishers, only +1 defense. That's not too nice. Slam has done a lot of damage already in the early Imperial Age. I like this approach. Now he's sending 2 trebuchets. He's going for more stables now. I guess we're going to see light cav here. Yeah, elephants would have been a little bit too ambitious in my opinion, but he's got 110 villagers, so why not? Let's see what Modri is doing now. He's adding in barracks at this point. He's expecting Slam to go for light hussars or maybe even elephants, but hussars more likely, and is preparing the pikemen. We have 2 trebuchets, 3 trebuchets soon to hit that castle. Modri has one problem: he's behind the military and he doesn't have anything against the siege units. And I think that's a mistake. Maybe he should have gone for cataphracts here, just a few, to make sure that those trebuchets cannot really do that much damage. But he also doesn't have enough elite skirmishers. The production is just too low. Maybe he went for too many villagers early on, both on 117 now. But it's Slam who went for map control, even though he doesn't have the relics, and he's taking down the first castle here. He was able to take down the TC too, and the only problem for him is that cheap army from the Byzantines. Modri, once he is going for a lot of elite skirmishers and halberdiers, it's going to be hard for Slam. So let's see how Slam is going to react to this. He, of course, is putting the pressure up still. Took down one castle, is going to try and take down the next one as well. There's a little bit of, like half of the elite skirmishers that Modri has, are they're trying to attack here. The other half is staying behind. I don't like this too much. We have 3 trebuchets now preparing, unpacking and preparing to hit that castle. Modri going with a few houses here. Again, not much space for him, and those houses are really ugly. I don't like this, because you're taking away a lot of farming space. Light cav on the field for Slam. Slam is playing this really well. I'm really surprised to see him on top form here. And Modri seems to be a little bit, I don't know, surprised? Maybe a little bit, how do you call this? Consternated? No, I'm not sure what the word is that I'm looking for. But we have 3 trebuchets hitting that castle, and the castle is going on so fast, even though it's a Byzantine's castle. Lightcav doing work, the arbalest actually firing away on the elite skirmishers, and even though Slam is going to lose a few of these arbalest to the elite skirmishers from Modri, the castle is going down, and now Slam has 2 castles on the field. This one potentially, there it is, 3 trebuchets, and Modri has none, and that's a misplay in my opinion. He's got a good amount of barracks, that's 9 at least. He's got a good amount for archer range as well, not that good any longer. And he's losing military unit after military unit, even though they're cheap. And Slam is doing the damage, and Slam is not doing anything special. Arbalest, trebuchets, light cav. A lot of civilizations do get these. But Khmer, of course, with that strong economy, and he's even taking the gold here. I like this idea. Take the gold from Modri as long as you can. Modri with almost no food in the bank, 26 farmers. Maybe losing the TC was also a mistake here. And of course, the food count for Slam going up really fast, so he can invest into Hussar upgrade if he wants to, once he's got the gold, or just more light cav. Arbalest numbers not looking too good for him right now, and Modri finally able to breathe a little bit, as he's got a good amount of halberdiers on the field now. But they were also a little bit late, and the 4 trebuchets still firing at those buildings. Once again, Slam taking his time, saying, okay, I don't need to go in and do the damage immediately, in the sense that I need to raid the economy now. I'm going to take my time, and there's 2 trebuchets now from Modri. Does have a castle in the back, or was it the trebuchets from before? I guess it was the ones from before. But Slam is saying, no, that castle is not going down. I'm going to repair with all the villages I've got in the front. That's 11. And I've got 4 trebuchets that do have to say something in that fight. So he's gonna move the trebuchets to defend the castle. At the same time, he's sending light cav and arbalest in to try and do damage on these helps, elite skirmishers, and potentially on the trebuchets as well. There's the 4 traps. Slam should be counterattacking now. I guess he forgot about these traps. He did not start the backfiring, And we have Lightcraft just patrolling here, taking some advantage. The Arbalist moving forward. Finally, Slam realizing, oh, I need to do something here. Outpost, a lot of villagers. Slam doesn't have enough stone for a castle now because he's repairing. We have Outpost 2 house on the left hand side. It's pretty much nothing. Just to see what that is, and I didn't know. And we have 2 trebuchets attacked by 4 traps. Modri, of course, is repairing. He's trying to hold his position, but Slam again with a score lead. Population-wise, he is a little bit better, not by much. And Modri, he's got a good amount of gold in actually now. A lot of wood in the bank. No space for farms because those houses are just so ugly. I don't like what he did there. And the castle from Slam is still getting repaired. Slam is investing that stone. He knows it's worth it, and he's trying to get rid of the trebuchets. He's not able to do so. You know, 4 trebuchets trying to take down 1, and Modri is again repairing the trebuchet. I like what Modri is doing here. Slam does not have the luck for a immediate shot. Like, I don't know, do you need 3 or 4 of these stones to hit to take a trap down? I think it might go down now, and looks like a lot of Arbalist went down here. Slam in the meantime is transitioning into Scorpions. The more ranges, probably elite skirmishes for him now too. And there's 1 trebuchet. No, not going down, actually getting packed. I'm not quite sure what this is, because Slam is still repairing, and Modri is just repositioning. Probably wants to make sure this trebuchet cannot get attacked, wants to do damage on the castle. And Modri is repairing and repairing and repairing. I like what he's doing here. We have a lot of halberdiers for him, a good amount of hussars for Slam, but he cannot do too much with those. Now the question is the Scorpions going to do the trick? Are they the unit choice that he should go for? I would love to see heavy Scorpions for Slam, but he's missing wood and food to get that upgrade. And finally, that 1 trebuchet, one of the 2 trebuchets that Modri had went down. So Slam only now with 1 trebuchet against himself. That castle will be repaired to full HP, I guess. Modri opening the walls, but nothing to take down the castle, and I think it's going to be tough for him to actually get rid of that castle now, because he cannot rebuild trebuchets. Could try to go for bombard cannons, that's an option for him, but it costs a lot of gold. Slam, resources okay-ish. Modri, 600 gold in bank, but that's it. A few more breaks on the way. Modri has a space problem. He doesn't have map control at all, and he once again doesn't have space for farmers. That's 38, not enough in my opinion. Got a lot of wood in the bank, obviously. What are you doing with it? And trebuchet went down, obviously, so Slam was able to keep his castle up. Modri cannot go for that gold. Slam is patrolling with hussars, and Slam is playing so dominant. I love it. It's just crazy how good that is. He's now going for Arbalist once again. Is saying, okay, I need to get rid of the halberdiers faster, and I would like to see him saving up for the heavy scorpion upgrade now. He's going for architecture first. Makes sense. You definitely want to keep that castle up. Modri is actually going for his gold, trying to get as much as possible while he can. Slam now with a lot of food and gold in the bank. Maybe elephants? I don't think so. There's too many helps on the field. Potential is too good. But in theory, it's an option. And Slam, I think, is going to stay with the hussars and elite skirmishes. Heavy scorpions can get it with a double crossbow. Then it's going to be tough for Modri, because Modri would need bombard cannons or onagers. Both are quite expensive to get. And Modri is in no position to spend a lot of resources on upgrades, I feel. He doesn't have any food whatsoever. Like, that's double digits. That's pretty much nothing. And 37 farmers, once again, that's not enough, but he doesn't have the time to go for more farmers. He has space, somewhat, a little bit over here, over there maybe, but not too much. And it's tough to go for farms when you're fighting constantly in the front of your base. Slam, beautiful. Look at the minimap. That's just beautiful. 1 line of military units, a few hussars to take some of these arrows to play mage shield and to do some damage. And Modri losing more and more military numbers. 21 against 60 now, 60 and more. And I think Slam is taking the second game as well. Look at this. That's just pure dominance by him. That was such a clean execution of a Khmer. Fast castle, 3 TC, fast-ish imp into Arbalest, Capram opening, and then following up with the right unit choice. And Modri seems to be a little bit outclassed in these first 2 games. He's calling the GG now, realizing, okay, once again, my opponent has map control. I cannot go for gold or space to get more units in. And Slam going with a 2-0 lead. Very well played so far. Now in game 3, Slam playing as the Vikings, open scouts, and went for an early siege workshop and a mangonel, because Modri is the Saracens, and now going for defensive siege workshop and a monastery. Went like 25 pop, fast castle as the Saracens into 3 TC mini boom. Has a lot of villagers on gold, as you can see. Is using the Saracens market bonus, I imagine. And only now is starting to defend, and maybe is trying to go for some relics or just defensive monks. I'm not quite sure. There's one relic on the left hand side that he might have been able to get, but no, Slam is taking those, and Slam should be able to get all 5 relics. Let's see if that monk is actually dying. Nope, bringing home. Very nice to see. So Slam for now with the aggression, but 1 for 1 here with the Mangonels. Modri neck and neck in the score, and of course villager numbers looking better for Modri here, is ahead by almost 10 villagers, revolving behind here, and Slam still has a Mangonel in that siege workshop, but cannot really go in. Even got 2 knights. He's now moving villagers forward to go with the forward castle. I like this idea. Let's see for Modri. I guess he's close to clicking up to Imperial Age, and it's not going to take long before he's actually going up. You see the barracks. He's got the 2 buildings and the Imperial Age now coming in. I'm really curious to see what Modri is going to do. He's got enough stone for a castle of his own. Slam also clicking up. Slam probably with 3 TCs. His map not really looking too good either for gold and stone. Yeah, that's stone for main gold for only. The second gold is somewhat on the side here. But it's all happening around Modri's space. Modri once again going for fortified wall. I guess that's the new clown way in the semi-final. And the question is, who has the better early to mid imp composition? We do see a standard infantry upgrade for Modri here. He's going for barracks. He's opting for champions apparently. Squire is on the way. Really curious. Of course, he doesn't really need pikemen and doesn't get halberdiers. So I guess it's not the worst opening ever. Arbalest might have been an option. Siege Onagers might be beautiful here. And the Onage upgrade actually on the way. Now Slam finally able to go in, but there is already trebuchets on the field from both sides. And Slam is actually not unpacking here. I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe he just overlooked the trap here. We have a few crossbowmen on the field. 5+3 is done. 1 knight in to take down one of these Mangonels. Almost at least, I think. Yeah. That's going down, obviously. And that's the second trebuchet from Modri to attack Slam's castle. So this time Slam actually has to repair with a lot of villagers and is under heavy attack. This trebuchet is still not doing anything. Slam a little bit careless maybe. Nice line of buildings here, controlling the middle of the map. He's also expanding on the right hand side with the castle as a market here, but it's not really doing a lot at this point because it's all happening around these 2 castles and that almost destroyed gate, but it's still intact. And there's the Onagers from Modri as well. I would love to see Siege Onagers early on, but that's really expensive, and at 30 minutes you don't expect to see Siege Onager upgrade yet. We have Slam actually doing the Onager upgrade as well, so we're going to see similar armies on both sides. I'm really curious to see when Modri is going to decide to actually go for champions, or was that just a misclick? No, that's Man-at-Arm production starting, and there's the Longswords rune upgrade. So Modri is actually intending to go for standard infantry against possibly Arbalest. And I think in that fight, Slam should have the advantage, because standard infantry against Arbalest, we know this is going to end. And if both sides have Onagers, could be a big advantage here for Slam. Then again, Modri is going for Siege Onagers Bombard Cannons, and that's turning everything. Those Bombard Cannons in that mix should be really strong for him, and Siege Onager is still on the table for Modri and is possible for him. Once again, a little bit of house clash where you we're not able to build farms. I don't like this at all. I would prefer to see Terra's way of just building 1 row of houses. But okay, Modri probably placing these really fast. We have Slam now concentrating on the right hand side. Does he want to trap cut here or use the Onager to cut in? That's a possibility. He's abandoning the left hand side where he lost his castle. Modri is moving on the left hand side, going out to destroy these archer ranges and possibly maybe a monastery even. And Slam for now is trying to find a new attacking position. We have an outpost here for Modri, so he knows what's coming, possibly. Not going to do a Fog 4 here. 3 trebuchets. Unpacking to go for the siege workshop and the barracks. We have Arbalest on the field, but we also have Onagers here, and that's a good shot from the Onagers, damaging a lot of Arbalest and taking down one of Slam's Onagers here, but they're going down as well. That trebuchet is still hitting that siege workshop. Onager getting produced, but no, not happening, and that Onager is actually dying to the Arbalest while trying to get rid of the trap. So Modri actually walling behind this, does not allow Slam to go in without any resistance, and there are still swordsmen on the field, and Modri has quite a few of these. So it's going to be interesting to see how these are doing against Arbalest. Because right now, even the 200 swordsmen, they should fall really fast. And you can see it here, Modri has to retreat. No chance of the few singles 200 swordsmen to fight these Arbalest. Capped rams knocking on those fortified walls, but it takes a long while to actually go through. And Slam is not looking like he's going to transition. Of course, he only got 1 castle left, therefore he cannot really go for Berserks here, which would be really beautiful. And he is opting for Arbalest Onagers rams and is getting cornered somehow. So the trebuchets are attacking the castle. The bombard cannon is going down to the castle fire. A little bit of a mistake by Modri, but the important part for him is to take down this castle. And then we have Slam trying to move in with the Arbalest. Those walls are coming too late, but there's a TC. And the Arbalest cannot really do a lot here. Trying to take down a few of these villagers, it's not enough. And Slam is cornered, really. He needs to move away. I don't think he has the superior army right now. Modri, a few more military units, not too many, but it seems like he's got a better army. And Modri also trying to catch some Arbalest, maybe some villagers here. There's a siege workshop with an onager inside, but it's not really doing a lot. And Slam actually losing the castle, his population capped. Or housed on 145 while having 168 population. That means no production for him at all. He's queued a few units, but not too many. And we have the Arbalest trying to get rid of the onagers. Looks like Slam is doing good micro, but nice shot here from Modri. I guess that was a ground attack shot. Slam split moves, but Modri's in this case really with the superior army, or maybe it's a superior micro, I don't know what it is. Looks like the onagers from Modri doing a lot of damage here, and he's going with the 200 swordsman rush, and it looks like Slam doesn't really have an answer. He's now putting on some archer ranges and a siege workshop inside his base, but Modri is regaining the map control here. The trebuchet firing away at some buildings, not sure which, it's going down now, and Slam lost map control completely. Modri, I like the bombard cannon idea really. Bombard cannon onagers, it's tough to fight against with Arbalest, and of course the onagers from Slam, they are decent, they're good, and if they're getting micro they can do a lot of damage, but against 200 swordsmen you don't want to go onagers really. So what is Slam going to do? He's staying on Arbalest, still at 140, he cannot produce anything. Now he's finally able to produce a few of these Arbalest, I guess, and there's still Arbalest on the field, but the onagers against one, that's 1 for 1 here, which is very good for Modri. He's got 2 onagers left, and he's taking down Arbalest. Now a few Arbalest surviving while the onagers going down, but the trebuchet is firing away at these buildings, and that's so important because Slam is losing control of the relics. 5 relics going down. The archer ranges that he just built, they might fall really fast as well, and Slam doesn't have the population. 15, now 18 military units against 53. That's almost triple the military for Modri here. And on the right hand side we do see a few 200 swordsmen taking down, I don't know what, not really important. On the left hand side 200 swordsmen taking down the rest of the buildings that Slam built once upon a time. And in the meantime we have that bombard cannon keeping Slam at distance really. 200 swordsmen moving in, that was a good onager shot, but the Arbalest now getting surrounded, and once the 200 swordsmen are close, and 12 plus 1, that's a nice attack against only 3 melee armor, they can do damage. Onagers going down. In the meantime, the trebuchets taking down archer ranges, I guess, I don't know, no, they're actually attacking the walls and the gate. I'm not really happy about this. I think the archer ranges should have gone down before you go for a gate here. But Modri can do whatever he wants right now because he's ahead. He's got map control, and the military number is still looking better for him, I think. Not sure by how much. Oh, 16, 18 more, that's okay. Onagers still on the field is so important for him. And of course, Modri could go for siege onagers if he wanted to, if he got the resources, which he doesn't have right now. He's investing a lot into these units, and he is now finally starting to take down these archer ranges. Slam, with the 4 main gold, has a problem here potentially, because if Modri is going with 1 or 2 onagers, those villagers won't be happy. Arbalest to take down trebuchets, yeah, that's probably just an alibi attack here. Onager 1 for 1, and those Arbalest once again need to go back. Bombard cannon shot on these, and Slam even got villagers around. No, sorry, Modri got villagers around to possibly repair the Onagers. That one is going down. At the same time, a few Arbalest once again falling, and Slam needs to micro constantly. Modri, I think, is taking this game because I don't see Slam going for the big military numbers that he would need to actually overcome Modri's attack here. So Slam looks like he's going to lose this game now. After the 2 wins in a row, Modri trying to come back, and I'd say he's succeeding. Slam is not looking good here. He's lost all gold control. He's got 1 gold. He had 1 gold left, and he is realizing, nope, no chance in this one. Modri outplayed me here, was able to defend long enough to get that army going, and we're going to see them at least in the best of 7. That's going to be at least 5 games. Humans against Burgundians, and I think it's not really surprising that Slam is going for the tower rush here, because if you let Burgundians boom, you don't really stand a chance. So Slam is going in with the villagers. There's a few palisades, but nothing else. Modri is up to feudal age, so he could go for counter tower. Tower from Slam potentially coming up. Yes, Slam is on stone, and he's got that second TC, which is really important because you want to go for the humans feudal boom at the same time. For now, Modri is able to keep these villagers out of his, let's say, main economy, and he's fully house walled here. We're going to see an outpost, and potentially another tower. Modri's problem, well, he doesn't have stone income for now. Cannot go for TCs then. He's got 200 stone in the bank, but that's all. And he cannot go for a counter watchtower either, because he's going to have 200 stone and 200 stone only. Siege workshop coming up behind the market. Watchtowers, of course, to Slam still. Another house here, not quite sure what that was all about. And actually, Modri's moving outside with a few villagers. What's the plan here? Did he try to go for a counter-attack? He's actually... Yeah, now Slam is trying to get out of this, and Modri is saying, no, you're not getting out, but there's towers attacking that villager. So Slam's trying to run away. Of course, Slam with the feudal boom has how many? 49 villagers already, and he should be able to click up to Castle Age as soon as he stops villager production and is idling his TCs for a little bit. Modri, of course, using the Mega Nuts to try and get rid of these siege of these towers, and he's going for that second and third TC positions. I guess that one would have been better in the back here, but okay. And this one on the golden wood, perfect in my opinion. We have Monastery coming up for Modri, Slam on the way up to Castle Age, and Modri is not going to be too close to Slam's economy, because Slam with the 2 TCs had so much villager production already until here minute 21, 22. And he was keeping Modri busy. So this one could get really interesting. Slam also has the potential to go for fast Imperialage if he wanted to. He's got enough stone for a castle, which is very important here. You want to go for either continued push or maybe at least map control. Castle coming up for him. It doesn't look like he's going for the fastest imp ever, but he's also not adding in any extra TC. So I guess 2 TC, feudal boom into fast castle, fast Imperialage is a good strategy here. As for Modri, I would like to see him open paladins, but he's too far away. That Thrush really costs him, and his boom is not really the best you could get with the Burgundians, and I'm talking general, not in that specific situation, because I think Modri did really well in defending, and now we have Slam on the way up to Imperialage, and that could mean trouble. I think Modri might need to go for Cavalier in Castle Age here to try and defend. That would be one option. Slam with Light Cav, with those Kipchaks, and 4 villagers to build another castle that is coming up forward. Imperialage done. Imperialage on the way for Modri, really important to see. But without that economy, Burgundians is not really that strong. And now I'm really curious to see how Modri is trying to defend this. He's going for a castle of his own between the gold and main stone. I like this idea. The siege workshop coming up. We have Imperialage for Slam, meaning we're going to see the first trebuchets, and actually Slam is just breaking through the gate, not using any siege units, and now there's 2 trebuchets starting to fire bullets or stones or whatever that is on the castle. Barracks coming up for Modri, more barracks actually. I guess we're going to see Pikeman Halberdier. But that castle is most likely going down, and Modri is still not up to Imperialage, which means he cannot go for counter traps yet, and Slam is taking away a lot of HP from that castle already. Maybe Modri needed to defend a little bit more intense against the tower rush, should maybe not have allowed Slam to go almost up to his TC, but you never know, and Slam is playing this really well. I think he must have either practiced this or really thought this through, because the 2 TC feudal boom from Cumans can be really strong. If Burgundians get to their Imperialage composition, you're in trouble, in my opinion at least. But like this, Slam is going for castle number 3, and that's the second forward castle. He's able to take down Modri's castle, and Modri doesn't even have one of these trebuchets that he would like to have. And bombard cannons, of course, is in the cards, but Modri is going for onagers here apparently, and I don't like the onager choice, to be honest. It makes sense against the Kipchaks, but it takes quite some time, and Slam has light cav already, and for Cumans that's so important in my opinion. I've seen it sometimes. Not too often, but if you're going with that 2 TC fast Imperialage into Kipchaks, you definitely need those light cav or even hussars, and you need some numbers. If Modri would go for full halberdier here, Slam might be in trouble, but Slam is putting so much pressure on Modri that Modri cannot even go for this. Onager upgrade done, or almost done, but Modri is realizing, damn it, my opponent was just too fast, that push was way too strong. I think Slam played this pretty much perfect. So Slam going with a 3-1 lead, and that means we could see the last game already, because this one is now a match game. I need to start early in this game, because Modri is going for a 21 pop feudal age. And he's not going for a Thrush here, which is really surprising to me. Not quite sure. I just read 30% faster researching for technologies in Portuguese. Is that counting for feudal age as well? I guess so, because 21 pop feudal should be like 940. Is that possible if you go for Loom? And of course, Modri did not go for Loom. Modri instead going for the 6 villagers on gold, and he's going up to Castle Age so fast. Look at that time. He went 3 villagers on wood, now has a lot more, obviously. Still taking sheep here. Really curious to see what he wants to do. Slam is Vietnamese, so I guess we're going to see stable up. No, Market Blacksmith actually. Interesting to see. And the cast stage coming up. What's the timing? And what is Modri going to do here? Doesn't have stone. That's 1301 maybe. Siege Workshop Monastery coming up. Classic smash. I like this because this is the clown way. The other option is to go for a Portuguese castle, organ guns, fast Imperial Victorious, I guess. And now we have that ram. Not a mangonel, it's the ram coming out to attack the walls and attack the walls quickly. Slam cannot even build a siege workshop yet. He's got enough stone for a castle, very important to see. And the question is, can Modri transition into fast Imperial here? Is he going to do this? Or are we going to see an attempt to go on the sides here? Maybe through the blacksmith or these houses. But Slam is already double walling. Ram and Mangonel are starting to attack these buildings. Of course, the relics will go to Modri in this game, and we have Battering Ram moving forward, and Slam's castle was good, but maybe not the perfect castle, because look at this, Modri is able to go in, and the path is free. Now we have a few Rattan archers on the field, one got converted already. I missed the first fight here, but Modri's got a lot of monks already, and by a lot of monks, I mean, in this case, what is that, 4 monks, 5 monks maybe? But against 2 Rattan archers, 4 monks is great, and even though it's 3, and maybe soon to be 4, this is looking good for Modri, because he's putting the pressure on Slam. He forced him to go with a very defensive castle, now forcing a siege workshop up, and he's still putting pressure on. Modri in the meantime at home is not doing too many special things. He's on stone with 5 villages, he's got a lot of villages on gold, a few farms up, which is nice to see. And I guess we're not going to see the fast Imperial here. I guess it's going to be a, let's say, not prolonged castle fight, but a little bit of castle pressure. And the only question for me is, what can Modri really do to damage Slam's economy? But Slam's also on 1 TC only. And let's see, Slam's resources looking worse than for Modri. Modri is looking good with the resources. He's on 36 villages, and I guess this number is not really changing. Now he's going for 1 more village. He's actually investing into redemption. He is fighting Mangonels here. Got a good amount of monks on the left hand side. Slam is moving out, but he's not going to find anything here. And Modri is trying to convert, going for 1, 2, 3 conversions for free. Very nice to see. Now the Rattan Arch is moving. Let me slow down a little bit to see if these monks are actually all going down. So Slam is fighting back here, but Modri is close to clicking up to Imperial Age, and I think he will go to Imp and then build that castle forward, go for the trebuchets. Slam on the other side, he's got a lot of wood in the bank, no farms compared to the wood count that he has, and he's not clicking up to Imperial Age anytime soon. He's got the army, which is a little bit of an advantage for him, and it looks like Modri is forced to go back here. He should be able to click up now, and he's not going for that forward castle because he lost map control. Oh, sorry, so it's 2 Rattan Archers, won't survive long against 5, even though they're injured. And that 1 monk, 2 monks actually, yeah, another conversion, nice to see. But Modri needs to abandon his map control for now. Sorry for that. Now, Imperial Age coming up, and I guess I can go a little bit faster to see how good Slam is looking in the economy. Is he actually going for 1 TC play, but not going for that ever fastest imp? No, he's actually going for a counterattack. I see ramp production starting for him. I can see that Slam is trying to maintain control here. Of course, those 5 relics are good for Modri as long as they're here. There's also monks in there, but Modri should transition into something else. He's got that castle in front of his base. He's got 2 more monasteries at home, block printing, theocracy coming in, and it looks like Modri is staying on monks, not even going like elite skirmishes or organ guns. First trebuchet on the way. Very interesting game so far, very unusual nowadays, and the only question for me is, can Slam actually defend this? Can he go for an attack? Because he's not going to go past that castle without Imperial Age, in my opinion. And now Modri is following up with the monks, forcing Slam back, at least for now. A few Lightcav, Scott got Lightcav on the field, nice to see. And yeah, actually Modri with that amount of monks, does he got at least 10? Yeah, 10 monks, perfect. Is actually able to force Slam back. Now, I don't know about Vietnamese, do they get heresy? Because one of the Rise of the Archer civilizations gets heresy and therefore gets really good elephants. I'm not quite sure which one it is. We have a big fight happening, but there's too many monks and there's too many Rattan Archers already getting converted. The Light Cav really doing the biggest damage ever, and Slam is losing most of his military units. Modri now can follow up with the trebuchets, first organ gun on the way, the first trap to start and fire away at this castle, and Slam is looking in a bad position, to be honest, because for now it's looking okay. That castle should not even go up, and Modri probably can see the castle. Let's see, which one is he going to attack? From this position he should be able to attack both of them. He could go for the unfinished castle and take it down really quickly after that, but he's going for the main castle, which Slam built in front of his main TC, and this one of course could get repaired as well, but Slam only with 125 stone, and I'm assuming that Modri is going with more traps now. For next trap on the way. He's got a decent amount of monks, 15. This is very good. And he's got 7 Ratchet Archers, which he converted, as well as 2 Light Cav. Not quite sure if the Scout Cav is his original or also converted. And looks like Slam's in trouble here. Let's see. Can he go for enough army to counter this? He's going for the Light Cav, obviously. He's staying in Castle Age. He's going full Castle Age defense. Husbandry really important at this point. And he might need some attack upgrades as well. But Modri, I think, is expecting this. He can see this. And once he's taking these castles down and he's going for a few more organ guns maybe, he will be in a really nice position. Modri going for the Fitoras. There's the first one coming up. I think that's the only one for now. But Fitora, of course, giving him a huge early Imperial Age economy boost. And therefore, Modri will have more resources incoming and could even go for some counter units. Let's say skirmishes, for example, which he probably won't go because he doesn't really need it. That castle, now he decided to go for that new castle on the main gold, which might even be more important. And that castle is going on really fast. I like this gate a lot because it protects that trebuchet from a potential light cav raiding, and that castle from Slam is falling and is falling and is going low on HP, and even though Slam is repairing it, he might be out of stone even. No, 295 stone. Actually is good on stone, but he lost the castle and there's not enough villages around to keep this castle alive. Slam is now trying to go for the light cav, like pure light cav in my opinion. Might be an option for him. And the problem is Modri is what do you call it? Turtling here. He's going for more gates. I love this strategy. He could even go for barracks and a few spearmen in my opinion, but he doesn't really need it right now. The monks and Red Archers making sure that Slam cannot really get close, and the trebuchets are still doing damage. The market should go down next, and potentially that main TC, which is the only TC that Slam has, actually the only one. So for now, Slam's trying to find a fighting position. It's actually going in, but that house is giving Modri a great fighting position, and we have a really tight spot here with the monks. They're getting attacked by Red Archers, but there's also organ guns that should now do damage. That organ gun is just moving. I think there was a misclick for Modri. We have a good amount of damage done by Slam, but at the same time he's losing all his army, and I'm pretty sure with 7 military units against, is that really 34 military units for Modri? He's definitely calling the GG. So Modri actually fighting back and making Slam work for it. Slam still has 2 chances. 2 chances. Let's see what the next game brings us. What can I say? It wouldn't be Master of Arena 6 if there wasn't at least one more scout opening into even Pikemen, because they're upgraded for free as the Ethiopians for Modri, and for Slam it's Italians. Of course, Light Cav, Pikemen or Spearmen, Monks, and a standard fight with 3 TCs up and running, I imagine, for both players. Let's find out. Yeah, both players on 3 TCs, and both players are trying to get as many relics as possible. Let's find out about Modri. He's got 2 relics already. That means Slam has 1, and there's 2 more on the field. Looks like Modri is actually able to take control here, and he might not lose. I'm wrong, he's losing that monk, but Slam is now transitioning into archer ranges, and it looks like he wants to go up to Imperial Age already. Town Watch before that, and Imperial Age click gonna come up any second. In my opinion, Ethiopians here is the better civilization, because what do you do as the Italians against either Onager, Siege Onager, or Bombard Cannon, and then Halberdiers, and possibly Arbalest, or even Shuttle Warriors. And Italians, of course, Hussars an option, Generous Crossbowmen an option, Condotieros, Arbalest for them as well, Bombard Cannons obviously, but it feels like Ethiopians should be a little bit stronger. Then again, it really comes down to what the players are doing and to how they're microing, how the numbers are looking. There's 1 more relic on the open field that nobody's grabbing. Modri, I think, got 3. Slam should have 1 relic, as far as I can see. Slam is going with the castle in front of his base. Modri is going with the castle next to his base. Elite Skirmisher production going from Modri, or started that already at least. Both players doing chemistry. Crossbow production for Slam. He's going for the gold units here, while everybody's got elite skirmishers as well. I'm kind of wrong. While Modri actually has only elite skirmishers for now. He's not going for Arbalest yet, as far as I can see at least. Bombard Cannon production starting, and it should get interesting really soon, because elite skirmishers against elite skirmishers is not really that interesting. But once you have Bombard Cannons in the mix, you need to see the micro from the players, and you need to see who can do the better damage, who can get rid of the enemy's bombard cannons. And we have 2 against 1 here. Looks like that one bombard cannon took a hit, trying to actually fight against the bomber crossbowmen elite skirmishers. And Slam for now is doing good micro, is losing only a little bit of HP, and he's got rid of one of these bombard cannons from Modri. I want to slow down here a little bit to see who can get the advantage in these early battles, in like early Imperial Age, really. 32 minutes in, we could see more army, but it's all about the micro right now. Actually, they're just dancing a little bit from distance, to be honest. There's not really anything too exciting happening. Let's see what the players are preparing. Stat Pavis, that is giving even the skirmishers, foot archers, some extra, or was it just for the Chinese crossbowmen and the Conquerors? I don't really remember. Let's see, crossbow +5. So it's also going for foot archers, not quite sure about for elite skirmishers. 4+4, that's pretty standard. So not for skirms, but for crossbow or arbalest, it's good. So that's a very important upgrade. We have elite skirmishers, a few pikemen, and only 1 bombard cannon left. Looks like Slam is taking the better trades here, even though Modri is in the score lead. Slam has more military units, and he's the one who is somewhat pushing at least. 1 trebuchet to maybe, I guess, fire away the bombard cannons as well. But the bombard cannon micro from Slam looking really good so far. That outpost might go down any second. Can I click it? 810 HP, very nice to see. Modri has an outpost and a few houses coming up here, giving him some vision of the map. But it's all coming down to this fight in the middle, and looks like Slam is pulling ahead with the military numbers. What is Modri actually preparing? He's going for more economy upgrades. He's finally going for the arbalest upgrade. I guess that's ARBs, right? Let me find out. No, crossbowmen only, sorry. Not arbalest, it's crossbowmen. So both players are going for bombard cannons and archery units. And for now, Slam with the better fights. Look at this, he's microing his bombard cannons so well. He's not really taking a lot of damage on these either. And that trebuchet, of course, it's firing away, but it's too slow. And Slam is microing that big group of elite skirmishers and crossbowmen really well. He's not going for the arbalest upgrade yet. I'm really surprised. I think he should be going for that. Italians do get arbalest, right? As far as I remember, at least. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments, obviously. Now Slam is actually trying to move in, trying to get rid of that bombard cannon. It did not work, and Modri is now starting to repair, which I like. But Slam, using the bombard cannons, got rid of the trebuchet finally. And Slam is also going with that second castle and preparing cavalry units. And once Slam has either, like, let's say, cavalier or even light cav with better upgrades, Modri might be in trouble. There's not too many pikemen left. I don't see any of them right now. And if Slam can go for a surprise cavalry attack, that castle might be toast. It's already getting attacked by these bombard cannons. Even though Slam does not have siege engineers. Do Italians get siege engineers? I thought they did, but it's only 12 range on these bombard cannons. But Slam's micro makes up for everything here. And there was a siege workshop that went down now. We have Modri with a good amount of military numbers, military units. The elite skirmisher numbers looking good for him. Slam still ahead by a little bit, but most of Slam's army is actually dying now. Modri, of course, losing units at the same time. The bombard cannons now helping out that big fight, while Modri is only actually moving these bombard cannons without firing at anything. He was trying to get rid of the trebuchet. Okay, that's a point that I didn't really see until now. And that castle is only on half HP. Slam with the 2 castles with good map control, and Modri now repairing. Slam's resources good on gold. The other resources are looking fine as well. And Slam now lost 2 bombard cannons. He's moving back a little bit. He's allowing Modri to repair, but he's going to go back with, or come back with more military units probably. And Modri finally going for these crossbowmen. And I think that's a good idea, because crossbowmen or arbalest against these bombard cannons should be good here. We have Modri trying to repair this castle back to full HP. He might be able to do it. Bombard cannon micro still happening. Archer engine siege workshop coming up, so all behind the castle. Modri's military production is looking good. He's got a lot of archer. Wow, that's a dozen archer engines coming up if they're all getting finished. Slam going for these stables. I can see 3, 4 apparently, and that's a few archers, not too many. So Modri might be able to outproduce Slam. He's ahead in the score. And if he's getting more and more military units, Slam might be in trouble here. Slam's bombard cannon micro is keeping him in the game, in my opinion. And of course also the micro of these elite skirmishers. But now we have once again another big battle happening. Crossbowmen, soon to be arbalest, following up, I guess. And Slam, of course, going for more bombard cannons as well. The big plus that Slam has is these light cav that could go and do some really big damage here, even though there's arbalest on the field. For now, all the elite skirmishers falling. I think Slam has a few more maybe. Modri can easily replace these. Maybe not so easy. 19 farmers, only 3k forward. Oh, that's so ugly. 78 lumberjacks. What? No! Look at this. And once again, Modri building all the houses, not giving him too much farming space. I guess he's so busy microing here that he only got 19 farmers, and Slam is on 35, 36. That's almost double. And now Lightkev moving in. I almost missed it, but Lightkev able to take down 1-2 bombard cannons probably. Slam is following up by attacking that castle with 1 trap and 5 bombard cannons at the same time. Castle going down really fast. Slam might lose a few of these bombard cannons, but if he can get rid of the castle, he has a big win here. And then he can move in with his units, and he can try to do the damage without having the fear that castle. Now Slam is losing a lot here actually. Modri is keeping this castle repaired, and I guess he's going to invest even some gold to keep it repaired. But look at this wood count. What is this? This is like a Terror 2017 economy or something like that. Like Terror always had too much wood, especially when he went for fast castle. I'm not used to seeing this from Modri, but I guess Modri is so busy at the front that he cannot really micro his villagers, and he's on, what is that, 136, but that's so much wood. He's using the wood at the market now to get some gold in, but it's not really looking pretty, and obviously to buy some stone as well. Doesn't really have too many stone miners either. He doesn't have villagers on this gold because he's using all of them to repair, and it looks like Modri is surviving this, but Slam is getting closer in the score, and Slam using the Lightkev had a big advantage here. Modri is surviving this. What a great battle. 42 minutes in, so much things are happening, and Modri, can you please go for a few more farms? He's now got 13 farmers. What is this? No, 59. Did he pull us off some villagers? Yeah, he's sending them to gold or stone, I guess. I like this idea, but still, that's 14 farmers. He cannot go for pikemen or elite skirmishers when you don't have food. This is terrible. And I think Slam, yeah, he's taking this gold because his economy is better. He's got the Lightkev. He probably got the numbers as well. 50 against 33. Modri, because of that bad economy, is not really looking too good at this point. And the castle is eventually and finally going down. Slam with a big win now, able to take down the castle. Now he can move further towards all these military units once he got the bombard cannons protected by a lot of elite skirmishers. And Modri is in trouble here, and he's actually calling the GG. It looked so good for him on the surface, on the battlefield, but look at his economy. 23 farmers now, but 59, it was 78. And I feel for Modri here, but Slam, all in all, played better in this semi-final, in my opinion. Deserved winner, and we're going to see one more match in Master Arena 6. It's Stout against Slam. It's Gamer Legion final, and of course Viper is not there because he couldn't make the tournament, was injured or something. So I hope you enjoyed the semi-finals, and see you in the next game. See you in the grand finals. GG.